What is a frontier?
Well, I think a frontier is someplace that's on the edge of what people consider civilization. So it's a place without a lot of towns or cities or buildings yet, where people have to rely on their skills and their wits to get by.
What is a frontier?
I guess if I had to define it, I would say a frontier is sort of like the next unexplored space for any person, um, which I guess means that anything can be a frontier depending on who you are and what your experience is. Something that's undiscovered for you is not necessarily undiscovered for somebody else. The frontier is just where you're headed next.
During the expansion westward, many people found that there were unlimited opportunities awaiting for them in the Wild West's frontier. They, the outlaws, saw that there was nothing. There were no rules, and it was an unexplored area of land.
What these people were saying in the interview was that the frontier consisted of unexplored areas of land and that the Wild West was filled with outlaws that couldn't be happier to test the limits of the unexplored land that they had ventured into.
Even though it is still remembered today, the time period of the Wild West did not last. The West didn't have a good government, which caused problems on how to handle or punish the outlaws. Today we have rules in place that keeps everything in order. The Wild West did not have that. What do you think of when you think of the Wild West? The memory of the Wild West carries on even to this day. There are stories of outlaws and how they acted. It's fun to think back on the way that people had to live. It was so different to the way we live now. Clay Allison was one of the bad boys in the Wild West. He was born on September 2nd, 1841. Born in Tennessee, Allison started his own ranch near San Monroe, New Mexico. In 1874, he beat his famed gunfighter to the draw by squarely above the right eye. Clay Allison had a club foot, and it did not cause a problem when he joined the war, but after a while it became a problem and he was discharged. Clay Allison was asked what did he do for a living, and he said he was a shootist. Clay Allison worked on the family farm until he was 21. He re-enlisted in the 9th Tennessee Cavalry and remained with them until the war's end, then suffered medical problems, so he became a spy. He had an emotional or physical excitement, producing paroxysmal of a mixed character. Partly epileptic and partly maniacal, on October 30th, 1875, Allison led a lynch mob to kill Cruz Vega. Allison was charged with the murder of Francisco Grego, believed to have died on July 3rd, 1887, in a freak wagon accident in Texas. Blackjack Ketchum was born on October 31st, 1863 in San Saba County, Texas. The Ketchum gang felt confident in robbing trains in the specific area of New Mexico. Between Folsom and Des Moines, their habit was to stop the train and uncouple the mail and express cars, which were then taken about a mile and a half down the track and looted. A known fact is that Ketchum was knocked down by a shotgun. No one ever saw a picture of Ketchum with both arms intact, which helped capture him. A picture was found, and everyone wondered whether it was Ketchum.
It took 2 tries of debating if Ketchum actually took part in the robbery where he was shot. He had a very interesting death. He was supposed to be hung, but their calculations were wrong, and he was beheaded instead.
Blackjack Ketchum and Clay Allison were both 2 of many outlaws. Their weights made it count, and they all did something unique. Blackjack Ketchum was a train robber with friends. After being a train robber, he can't go back to home in the city, or else he would be hanged.
Clay Allison was a spy in the army. Clay Allison being in the army changed him, making it hard for him to fit in with other people. Both of them made a difference in history. They explored the frontier of the Wild West.